Greetings and salutations, everybody. I am Force of Will, and this is Days That End in Y. Now, I know I haven't made one of these in a little while. That's due to some personal issues that I've had. But I am feeling much, much better. And I promise that there will be more content, more WW free, more game reviews, more just videos of me playing shit. In the very near future. So yeah, some of the cool things that have happened. I'm going to start this off with a couple of shout outs. One of my favourite people on the internet, Laura K Buzz, at Laura K Buzz on the Twitter, does a lot of podcasts, like more podcasts than I know of. And she works on the Podquisition with Jim Sterling and Gav, who is Miracle of Sound. Yeah, she mentioned a computer game on the Podquisition, and I will be sort of talking about that later on, but we'll get to that. I was having a really, really shitty day the other day, and I mentioned Laura in a tweet, and I got a favourite, and I said, you made my day, and she said, have another one, and I, spent the last couple of days kind of fanboying over this whole... The game is called Anne Hathaway Erotic Mouthscape, and I will get to it in a little while. It's utterly ridiculous, little bit creepy, and fucking twisted. It's so funny. It's exactly my sense of humour. The other cool fanboy moment that I had was with a cosplayer called Luna Laney on Twitter. Followed us out of the blue, interacted. I'm not used to that with Twitter, especially when people have got like followers in the thousands. Us with our little 34. Really not used to it. Kind of fanboying out, and yeah, it really cheered me up. It's really made me smile the last couple of days, and with some of the personal things that are going on and the utter disappointment that WrestleMania is going to be, I kind of need to feel a bit happier. So that's the shout outs out of the way. I'm going to drop some links in the description below. One of them will be to Laura's WordPress blog, which is great. You should all go and have a look at that. There's a particularly good article on... it's to do with Life is Strange. I'm not going to go into it, because Laura can tell that story far better than I can. But yeah, there's a very, very interesting article on there. If you've not heard of the Podquisition, I'll link that below as well, and you should so go and see that, because the Podquisition is fucking hilarious. So, things that have been happening, I've been absolutely battering Hand of Fate. I'm on the last line of enemies, and I'm fucking stuck. I tend to dive into that game for, maybe an hour, 2 hours at a time, and then rage quit like a motherfucker, because it just, that game deliberately fucks with you. It's not because I'm quite a casual player of computer games. It's not that at all. It genuinely goes out of its way to fuck with you, and it's fantastic. It's one of my favourite aspects of Hand of Fate. Been killing off some Plague Inc. Evolved. I've unlocked all the cheat modes, and that's an absolute blast. What else have I done? I was on stream at like 2:30 a.m. fucking streaming Euro Truck Simulator, and in the background of that was a audiobook from the Warhammer Horus Heresy series by one of my favourite authors. If you've not heard of him, go check him out. His name is Aaron Dembski Bowden, and he's fantastic. He's utterly brilliant. Other things that I've been doing, I've been watching Powers, the sort of PlayStation original TV show, and I'm fairly certain that in the credits, when the word Powers comes down between the two fucking high-rise buildings, I'm almost certain it's got an element of the old PlayStation startup noise, and that's a real bit of nostalgia for me. It sounds like that to me. But yeah, it's a great fucking show. It's like a mixture of a weird cop show, Heroes, with lots of swearing in it. It's fucking great. I've been watching The Flash. I'm glad to see The Flash back. Great episode. Great couple of episodes this last couple of weeks. I'm really into that show, to the point where I've actually got into Arrow because of its connection with The Flash. What else? Walking Dead. Oh my god, I'm terrified. I don't want anyone to die. I'm genuinely terrified for the 90 fucking minute series finale on Sunday. I'm going to be pulling sort of double duty on Sunday because we've got the season finale of Walking Dead and we've also got WrestleMania on the same night. So, yeah. In fact, while we're talking about WrestleMania, I'll do my WrestleMania predictions. I will be doing a WWE special on WrestleMania, and depending on how bad it is, will affect what I call that particular edition of WWE. A lot of what is going on at WrestleMania, I could not care fucking less about. There's a lot of let's get everybody on the card matches, and I'm not down for that. You know, if people haven't got a great storyline going in, I'm really not interested. You've got Cena versus Rusev, which by all rights should have been saved for a main event slot. It's a main event storyline. You know, this undefeated guy has got the title, and John Cena has to beat the unbeatable. I'm just going to light my cigarette. What else? Wyatt is going to beat The Undertaker. It's going to be quite a good match, I think. I think Wyatt will carry The Undertaker through a lot of it because The Undertaker's getting on a bit now. But I feel it would be the right match for Taker to lose and retire, because it would be making Bray Wyatt the new phenom of WWE, and that would be great for Bray Wyatt's character. Lesnar's going to win. Lesnar's walking out with the title, unless Seth Rollins by some fluke manages to cash in on him and screws him out of the title. Lesnar's walking out WWE champion because he's just extended his fucking contract with him and claims he'll never go back to MMA. I couldn't care less. I really couldn't care less. I'm not particularly invested in that match. I'm not a fan of Lesnar or Reigns. So, I think the biggest disappointment of the night is going to be Sting versus Triple H. I don't know who's going to win that. I've got a feeling it might be Sting, though, just because we need a babyface win. So, yeah, it's not going to be a great match. Sting is fucking ancient. Triple H is a dick. And yeah, it's just another case of Triple H giving it, I want to be a story at Mania. So yeah, I'm not impressed with that. Things I am impressed with that I've got sorted out now that I'm gonna go watch, and I might very well do a review of, an episode of The Verdict of, is the Dead Rising Watchtower film. I have been, I think it's like a Crackle exclusive. I have been dying to see this film because I fucking adore the original Dead Rising. Running about, before it got... I appreciate the whole, we've got daft weapons thing from the sequels. But I really, really, really adored running around in Willamette shopping mall as Frank and just putting stupid heads on zombies and getting the books that extended your weapon life. It was such a great Xbox game, and it was in fact it was the very first Xbox 360 game I ever played, genuinely. And that whole sequence at the start where you've got where you're hanging out of the helicopter and you're taking photos. Oh my god, I played it on like a big widescreen plasma TV, and with a HD cable. It was the first time I'd ever seen like a HD game, or our standard of HD back then. And yeah, that image will stay with me forever. It's a great memory, and I'm hoping and praying that this film lives up to that memory. Memories. Some memories stick in your mind forever. And one of those memories that will stick in my mind forever is the beautiful clusterfuck of a game. It's like word driven. You click on random words. I'm going to link it in the description below. Anne Hathaway, Erotic Mouthscape. That game, I'm not going to say too much about it, but if you have an off-kilter sense of humour, you will fucking love this game. You will adore the humour in it. My particular favourite moment, just in case nobody thinks you can click on it, there is a sentence that comes up that has a number 1 sort of annotation mark. Click that fucking 1, because that to me was the best joke in the entire game. That had me crying with laughter. Absolutely crying with laughter. It was fantastic. And I have Laura from the Podquisition to thank for that game, to the point where when I couldn't find it on the internet, I gave her a quick tweet and asked for a link. Straight away, got a link back from her. Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you very much to the new followers over on Twitter. Big shout out to you guys. I would have your names in front of me, but I wasn't fucking prepared at all. It's not because I don't appreciate you. I do. I really do. Other fucking fanboy moments that I've had. James Swallow, who writes for Games Workshop, specifically the Black Library. James Swallow thanked me for following him, and he wrote the Blood Angels books and the one of my favourite heresy books, which is Fear to Tread, which is again Blood Angels. That was amazing. And then I found out that another Black Library writer who actually wrote my favourite Horus Heresy book, a book called Mechanicum, a man by the name of Graham McNeil. These people don't just write for Black Library, they do a lot of other stuff, but that's how I know them. I discovered that Graham McNeil runs Call of Cthulhu, which is a roleplay game that I've been playing and running for about 12 years now. I used to work in a shop and run it sort of semi-professionally, and it was quite an amazing thing. And I tweeted him asking him what edition he runs, and I got a tweet back, and to me, to be able to interact with somebody that wrote a book like Mechanicum, which some of the moments in that really affected me. It was a fantastic journey. I utterly love the Horus Heresy series, and there are some amazing books in that series. Even if you're not a big fan of sci-fi, there is something there for you. So you guys should go check that out. I'm finished rambling my inane shit, and if you've watched this, then thank you very much. It's much appreciated. I will be back definitely Monday. I might be streaming tomorrow. I might go and stream in a little while actually, because it's 1:36 a.m. at the moment and I'm still awake. So I'm gonna I think I might go stream for a little while. We are at Team Lioncourt on Twitter. We are twitch.tv/Team Lioncourt over at Twitch. Drop us a like. Drop us a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Force of Will. This has been Days That End in Y. Bye-bye.